100% Footy Monday night. Gus and Gal didn't mince their words about the latest on Latrell Mitchell. Let's have a listen to their comments and the boys can respond.
That Latrell behaves the way Latrell behaves because he's allowed to behave like that. The club never pull him up. Has anyone at the club actually pulled him in, sat him down and said, mate, you can't do these things. You can't do certain things. You're not doing the right thing by yourself.
Who has got control over Latrell? He's saying, Wayne, I need you for my control. Well, Latrell's a grown man. I mean, he's not a boy anymore. He's not a rookie. You know, and that's just an excuse to say, oh, well, if Wayne comes, I'll behave myself. You know, you've got to take accountability for your own actions. No one's reined him in. They've let him be Latrell, the Latrell that he wants to be, and that's why you've had all these problems with him over the years.
So it seems the club is going to take the NRL to issue over this suspension that the NRL was insisting that, we think it's a game, we don't quite know officially yet, but the NRL was going to insist it's served next year. The club is going to take the NRL to task and say, no, it should be served this year, even though he's injured.
It's hilarious. Where the game, I thought, didn't help Latrell is early in the season. Latrell made some comments about the Ezra Mam case, which you can't do as a player. The one thing sometimes I think our game does is have this thing where we don't want to, put people off. And I thought they let Latrell down by allowing him to do that. And I think therefore thinking that he was above the game. And I think it's come back and bite him.
We've seen the good and the bad in Latrell this year. Look, his performance in Origin 2 was just that is the Latrell Mitchell that everyone in the game wants to see. Yet it seems like there's so much other baggage and controversy that seems to surround him.
Well, he lives his life very public through his social media, and he had a big stink with Anthony Mundine, who they're two blokes that
him and Choco.
They've done incredible job, in raising profile and for Indigenous people. I know Latrell does a lot off the field and goes out west a lot. He was actually out west at Dubbo, doing things, helping out. But at the end of the day, there's things you just can and can't do. And I thought the league let him down at the start of the season, and they blurred that line. And I think he's just a bit like Gal said, just been let do what he wants to do.
You were the big personality and the big player in your teams. You didn't take liberties.
Sometimes I did.
Did you?
Yeah. Looking back, sometimes I did. Carried on.
But the club, there wasn't a set of rules for you and the others at Newcastle.
Sometimes there was.
Was
definitely. There? Yeah. Definitely.
Is that the case here?
Well, it's hard to say. From the outside looking in, you'd say yes. But there's times I look back and I wish I would have slapped myself in the face.
Okay.
Some of the carry on I did. So it's hard for me to sit here and comment because I don't want to sound like a hypocrite.
Hindsight, you're saying that you're saying you regret some of those circumstances. Latrell may well feel the same way.
When he gets older and wiser, maybe. But anyone who thinks a set of rules is the same for everyone in a rugby league or a team sport, it's bullshit.
Well, because he says that all the time. He says everyone's got a different length noose.
Of course there is.
You got Alan Langer and you got someone else who's playing up. That's just life. But at the moment, I think.
But definitely, I had more rope than anyone else, and I should have got tugged plenty of times.
Mate, one of the benefits I had starting my career was with Gus.
Yeah.
So he just if you overstep the line. There was always a line, and the players actually had the line as well. I've got stories about Roy Simmons and those blokes pulling me up.
Yeah.
They'd go, I started with men and had a great coach that cared for me a lot. And straight away, that just set you on a path.
That's a really good point. There doesn't seem to be anyone within that playing group at South Sydney who is experienced and established enough to be able to pull him back.
Well, a lot of the senior players get moved on a year or two before they're finished. Whether they go to England, it's just the way the salary cap is at the moment. So you haven't got those old hardheads who even stay behind and play reserve grade for a year or two when they finish NRL.
Yep.
But it's just the way of the world.
All right, more Latrell drama. I suppose Wayne gets there next year and we'll see how that whole thing transpires. But they're not going to sack him. People saying that he could get punted. That's not going to happen.
No, he's too good a player. If he was a fringe player, he'd be sacked.
Not many Latrells.
And it's just reality. And people say, oh, no, it doesn't happen. It happens in any organisation.
This year, NRL on 9 is your one-stop shop for all footy.
That's right, Freddie. Not about the highlights, action, 7 days a week.
Billy and Gus podcast, get that on your drive on the way home. Immortal Behaviour, grab a seat on the couch for that. And of course, my favourite, Freddy the Eighth.
The best footy brains, the biggest games.
Don't trust the algorithm, subscribe to NRL on 9 and get all your entertainment there.